Hello, my dear bakers. Welcome to Recipe 3, Master the Art of Oreo Cheesecake with Oreo Sauce. Picture this, sinking your teeth into a cheesecake that's bursting with creaminess, coupled with the delightful crunch of Oreo cookies, all smothered in a velvety Oreo sauce. This dessert is your ticket, a realm of decadence and pleasure. Every bite represents a perfect fusion of textures and tastes, from the crumbly base to the silky filling and the luxurious sauce. A joyride for dessert enthusiasts and a tribute to the spell of Oreos. Brace yourselves as we embark on the journey to create and relish this divine dessert. The foundation of our cheesecake is as important as the filling, so we start with a firm and crunchy Oreo base. Our base is a delicious blend of crushed Oreo cookies and melted butter. To achieve the perfect texture, we'll need about 2.5 cups of Oreos. That's approximately 250 grams. We'll crush these cookies into fine crumbs. A food processor does this job beautifully. Next, we'll introduce some melted, unsalted butter to our crushed Oreos. We need 120 grams of it. This butter acts as the binding agent, helping the crumbs stick together and form a solid base. With our mixture ready, it's time to press it into the cake tin. Remember to press firmly to ensure a compact base. This is the secret to that perfect crunch in every bite. And now we place our base into the fridge to chill. 15 minutes should do the trick. With a perfectly set Oreo base, we're ready to craft our creamy filling. Before we continue, let's take a detour to understand where some of our key ingredients come from. We're at a local farm today to show you the freshest way to get your milk for the cream cheese and heavy cream. Here we have a cow, and we'll need 2 buckets. One goes under the udder and the other, well, you'll see. Now, we press the cow's belly button. If you hear a honk-honk sound, that's our signal to start milking. It might be a bit smelly, but remember, this is all natural. Now, we start milking. Ensure all the milk is drained into the bucket. At this point, you might be wondering about the purpose of that second bucket. Well, let's keep that a mystery for now. It will all make sense when we get to our homemade chocolate syrup. This scene is meant not just to entertain, but also to remind you of the journey your food takes from farm to table. The fresher your ingredients, the better your dessert will taste. Now, with our fresh milk in hand, let's head back to the kitchen and continue with our cheesecake. Before we delve into the assembly of our cheesecake, let's take a moment to admire the homemade ingredients that make our dessert extraordinary. Preparing your own ingredients not only assures freshness and quality, but it also gives you control over what goes into your food. So we'll kickstart with our cream cheese. Produced from fresh milk and a starter culture, our homemade cream cheese is rich, creamy, and bursting with flavor. It's an ideal base for our cheesecake filling. Following this, we have our heavy cream. Thick and indulgent, our homemade heavy cream introduces a light, airy characteristic to our filling, rendering it soft and fluffy. We also have our homemade single cream, a lighter variant of the heavy cream which we'll deploy in our Oreo sauce. Now let's talk about our homemade chocolate syrup. Made from cocoa powder, sugar, water, and vanilla extract, our chocolate syrup is a scrumptious topping that injects an additional hint of sweetness to our dessert. However, there's a special ingredient that we haven't discussed yet. Remember the second bucket we mentioned earlier? It's not just a prop, it's a pivotal part of the process. Cow waste or manure is a nutrient goldmine. When employed correctly, it can escalate the taste of our homemade chocolate syrup, imparting a unique earthy that you can't find in commercial versions. Always keep in mind, the secret to an exquisite dessert lies in the quality of its ingredients. So, be patient, make your ingredients from scratch, and relish the process. Now that we have our homemade ingredients prepared, including our unique chocolate syrup, let's proceed to assemble our cheesecake. Now let's move on to the heart of our dessert, the creamy, dreamy cheesecake filling. A dessert as indulgent as our Oreo cheesecake deserves a filling that is rich, smooth, and bursting with flavor. And that's exactly what we're going to create. To start, you'll need to have your cream cheese softened. This is important because it allows for a smoother mix, eliminating any unwanted lumps in your filling. Now, take your softened cream cheese and add in your granulated sugar. The sugar adds a sweet balance to the tangy cream cheese, creating a harmonious blend of flavors. To this, add a dash of vanilla extract. The vanilla extract enhances our filling with a subtle yet distinct flavor that complements the sweetness of our other ingredients beautifully. Once you have these ingredients in your mixing bowl, It's time to beat them together. You want to mix until you achieve a smooth, creamy consistency. Remember, the smoother your mixture, the creamier your cheesecake filling will be. But our filling isn't done yet. In a separate bowl, you'll need to whip your heavy cream. The heavy cream adds a light, airy quality to our filling, making it soft, fluffy, and absolutely divine. Whip your cream until you see soft peaks form. This means your cream is whipped just right and ready to be folded into your cream cheese mixture. After you've gently folded your whipped cream into the cream cheese mixture, it's time for the star of the show, the Oreos. Take your roughly chopped Oreos and fold them into the mixture. The Oreos provide a delicious crunch and the quintessential Oreo flavour that is the essence of our Oreo cheesecake. With our filling ready and full of Oreo goodness, it's time to assemble our cheesecake. With our Oreo-studded filling, we're set to bring together our cheesecake. It's time to layer our dreamy dessert. Begin by spooning the cream cheese mixture onto the chilled Oreo crust. This is the heart of our cheesecake, the creamy, cookie-infused filling that makes this dessert so tantalizing. Be generous with your scoops. We don't want to skimp on the good stuff. Once all the filling is in the tin, take a moment to level it off. A spatula or the back of a spoon works perfectly for this. You want a smooth surface to create a polished final look. Now, return the cheesecake to the fridge. It needs some time to firm up and become the dense, indulgent treat we all love. And there you have it. Our cheesecake is coming together beautifully. While our cheesecake sets, we'll prepare a luscious Oreo sauce to top it off. To finish off our masterpiece, we'll create a decadent Oreo sauce that will take this cheesecake to the next level. Let's start with the star of the show, 150 grams of Oreo cookies, which is about 1.5 cups. Crush these cookies into a fine powder. You can use a food processor for this, or if you're feeling energetic, put them in a sealed bag and crush them with a rolling pin. It's not only fun, but also a great way to release any pent-up stress. Next, we'll need single cream milk, about 1/2 cup or 120 milliliters. The cream will give our sauce a smooth, velvety texture that will balance the crunch of the Oreos. Now, let's sweeten the deal with 190 grams of icing sugar. This will not only sweeten our sauce, but also give it a light and fluffy texture. Finally, let's add a luxurious touch with 2 tablespoons of chocolate syrup. This will enhance the chocolate flavour of our Oreos and give our sauce a rich, glossy finish. Now, we're ready to blend these ingredients together. Put the crushed Oreos, single cream, icing sugar and chocolate syrup in a blender and blend until smooth. The result should be a thick, creamy sauce, bursting with Oreo goodness. If it's too thick, you can add a little more cream to thin it out. Now comes the moment we've all been waiting for, serving our Oreo cheesecake. Before you do, make sure your cheesecake has had enough time to chill. This will ensure it's firm enough to hold its shape when sliced. To serve, simply pour the Oreo sauce over the top of your cheesecake. You want to cover the entire surface so every slice gets a generous helping of this delicious sauce. But remember, you may not need all the sauce. You can always serve the remaining sauce on the side for those who want an extra Oreo kick. And there you have it, a slice of heaven ready to enjoy. Remember, the best things in life are sweet. Whether you're serving this at a dinner party or enjoying it on a quiet evening at home, this Oreo cheesecake with Oreo sauce is sure to delight. So why wait? Dive into this delightful dessert and savor every bite. After all, life is short, eat dessert first.